Hello friends, today I am going to explain the recently released Indian Hindi language supernatural horror movie Shaitan, directed by Vikas Behel. So the story begins with an unknown guy in a forest picking up a dead rat from the ground, returned silently. After that the scene shifts to Kabir and his family. His wife's name is Jyoti, and they have two children, a daughter named Janvi and a younger son named Dhruv. Their family loves traveling a lot, and that's why they decides to go to their farmhouse to spend holidays. They all sit in their car and enjoy the journey to their farmhouse. However, on their way, Dhruv needs to use the washroom urgently, so the whole family decides to stop at a restaurant where they can have snacks too. At that time both Kabir and Dhruv saw a man named Vanraj entering the washroom. Later, they all order food at the restaurant, including parathas. However, Janvi dislikes butter on her paratha due to health reasons, so she refuses to eat it. While Jyoti wants tea, Kabir realizes he has only a 500 rupee note, and the shopkeeper could not give him change. So Kabir decides to skip the tea order. Unexpectedly, Vanraj returns with 3 teas and offers to Kabir and his wife because he noticed that Kabir didn't have change. After some hesitation, Kabir accepts the tea and offers Vanraj to join them. Vanraj sits with them and everything seems normal until he notices that Janvi is not eating her paratha. Vanraj quietly takes her paratha and offers her a laddu instead. Janvi eats the laddu but feels strange while eating it. Vanraj explains that parathas are good for health, so she should eat them. Janvi followed his advice. After finishing their meal, they leave the restaurant and headed towards their farmhouse. On the way, Vanraj gives Janvi a packet of biscuits and asks her to eat them once they reach the farmhouse. When they arrive at the farmhouse, Janvi eats all the biscuits from the packet. Everything seems normal until Jyoti accidentally spills water on her phone and goes to the kitchen to dry it. She sees Vanraj standing in front of their gate and gestures for him to come inside. Jyoti informs Kabir about this, but by then, Vanraj has entered their house and tells Kabir that his phone has discharged, so he came to recharge it there. Kabir sees this as a normal incident and gives Vanraj a power bank to recharge his phone. After that, Vanraj slowly makes Janvi dance according to his gestures. Whatever Vanraj asks her to do, Janvi does the same. Eat tea leaves, Vanraj says to her, and Janvi eats the tea leaves. Break Dhruv's head, Vanraj says, and Janvi breaks Dhruv's head too. Slap Kabir, Vanraj says, and Janvi slaps Kabir as well. Seeing all this, Kabir and Jyoti get very scared. After that, Kabir grabs Vanraj's hand to take him out of his house, but Vanraj tells Janvi to stop him from doing so. Janvi stops Kabir, and slowly Kabir and Jyoti begin to understand what is happening there. Then Jyoti asks Vanraj what he did with her daughter, and he tells her that he has put her daughter under his control through Vashikaran or hypnotism. Then Kabir asks Vanraj what he wants from them, and Vanraj says that he wants their daughter. He wants to keep their daughter happy forever. But obviously, Kabir and Jyoti refuse to do so, so to scare them more, Vanraj tells Janvi to stab his younger brother Dhruv. Janvi goes to do so. Kabir and Jyoti try their best to stop Janvi, but despite that, Janvi succeeds in pushing Dhruv off the roof. Seeing this, Kabir and Jyoti accepts defeat and finally say that they will donate Janvi. After this, Vanraj takes Janvi from them and leaves their farmhouse. Then Kabir sends Dhruv to the hospital with Jyoti in the car and immediately takes a bicycle to go to his servant because he needs a mobile phone. However, when Kabir met Vanraj at the restaurant, he had seen the password of Vanraj's phone, and when Vanraj was at his farmhouse, he quietly unlocked Vanraj's phone and turned on the location of his phone. As soon as Kabir reaches his servant, he traces the location of Vanraj's phone in his mobile and starts following the location. After some time, Kabir reaches a jungle where some women attacked him. However, Kabir manages to defeat them somehow and gets closer to that location. Then Kabir sees that Vanraj has kept many girls under his control, and he has been doing this work for a long time. When Kabir reaches there, he understands that he is going to sacrifice these girls. At that moment, a girl attacks Kabir from behind, causing him to fall. Then Vanraj calls Kabir over to him and puts his feet under him and instructs all the girls that if Kabir interferes in his work in any way, all the girls kill him. Vanraj continues his process, but then Kabir hits Vanraj's feet with a sharp knife, causing Vanraj to bend down, and Kabir cuts off Vanraj's tongue with a blade. Now because Vanraj's tongue was cut off, he couldn't say anything. That is what Kabir wanted, so that he couldn't give any instructions to those girls. But Vanraj had already told all those girls that if Kabir does anything suspicious, all the girls should eat him alive. Therefore, all those girls surround Kabir to kill him, but then Kabir plays a recording in which there is a pre-recorded voice of Vanraj instructed all the girls to smile like before, and they are free from today. Kabir had recorded this when Vanraj was at his house. Hearing this recording, all the girls return to normal state and back off from Kabir. Kabir saves his daughter along with the other girls. After this, everyone goes to the hospital for treatment where the police tell Kabir that he has done a great job as they had many reports of missing girls which have now been resolved because of Kabir. But now it's Kabir's turn to take revenge. He tells the police everything, but he doesn't reveal where Vanraj is. Instead, he tells the police to quickly find him and punish him severely. It should happen, and then we are told that Kabir has kept Vanraj underground in the same jungle where he punishes him every day. Kabir only gives him dead animals to eat and tea leaves because it was with these tea leaves that Vanraj immensely tortured his daughter. He also leaves a fresh banana in front of him every day so that he suffers. Vanraj, only with his mute voice, asks for help and forgiveness from Kabir. And the story ends here. I hope you liked the narration. Comment on the video and share your opinion, and keep watching as we meet in the next video.